Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Flemington Racecourse here on Tuesday. It is the 1st of November 2022. Going to look at the featured 7th race, the Melbourne Cup. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And also join me this weekend, Friday and Saturday, for my Breeders' Cup preview from Keeneland. It's going to be an excellent week of racing, so join me for all of the action here on YouTube. But let's start the week off good with the 7th race from Flemington. It is the Group 1 Melbourne Cup. It's a $5 million race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 24 horses are staying the trip of ground of 3,200 meters or 2 miles on the Flemington turf course. Going to be quite soft out there, so just keep that in mind. My top selection, I'm going to go with the 4-horse Montefiore. I'm going to go 4, 8, 6 in your TriCast trifecta. I know it's crazy giving out a TriCast or a trifecta in a 24-horse field, but that's my top 3 basically. Play an exact forecast combinations, but and your multi-race quaddies, but you definitely use all 4 there. But 4, 8, 6, that's my top 3. As a top selection would be the 4-horse Montefiore. This 5-year-old mare here by Chromatic. David Payne trains one. Jason Collette gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came at Caulfield last month in the Group 1 Caulfield Cup on soft ground. Over the 2,400 meters or a mile and a half, he finished 4th by 1.5 lengths that day. He sat back early, but he really settled well. He quickened up a lot. He just missed late, but off of that run, he wants to go the mile and a half. He's going to get it today. He likes running on the soft stuff, and he's been on the up and up, and he's just sitting on that good race. Breaking from barrier number 11, I think he's sitting on a good run here today. I think he has a live chance of winning. 2 back in the Group 2 Hill Stakes at Randwick, 1st of October, a mile and a quarter there on very heavy ground. He finished 4th by 5 3/4 lengths that day, and he just, again, kind of stalked. He needed that extra turn of foot. Maybe the soft ground got to him. Second off the bench, maybe he needed the race. And then at Randwick prior to that in the Group 1 George Main Stakes over the 1,600 meters or a mile on soft ground. His seasonal reappearance, he finished 4th by 2.5 lengths that day, and he's just a little bit flat. He moved a little bit late, but he still needs something. I also don't think the mile and a quarter was his, or the trip was to his liking, but coming here today, looking for his first victory since winning at Rosehill back in March very nicely in that Group 1 over the mile and a quarter. I think he's loaded here. I'm going to use him on the ticket. I think you also have to use the number 8 horse here, Deauville Legend. The 3-year-old gelding by C the Stars. James Ferguson trains one. Karen McAvoy gets the mount on this one. The horse's most recent appearance came actually at York on the 17th of August over the mile and a half in the in a handicap there, and he won by in a Group 2, and he won by 2.5 lengths that day. And again, he basically sat back early, slowly moved his way up, and he stayed the trip well. An all-around good race. Before that, Glorious Goodwood over the mile and a half in the Group 3. He finished 2nd by 1 3/4 lengths, and again, he didn't have a lot of early pace that day, but he really closed up from nowhere to get the 2nd there. And then prior to that, at Newmarket over the mile 5/8 in the Bahrain Trophy, he won by a half a length that day. And that day, I thought he ran terrifically. He settled well. He quickened up nicely and kept going. I think he's going to be a stayer here who could stay the trip, drawn very well. Only thing, he's 5'2", a 3-year-old of 5'2", coming in from Europe to run here. It's a little worrying, but the European horses have had very good live chances in the last few years and have been performing well in this race in the last decade or so, or even the last 5 years. 5-2, we'll definitely use him here. And I think also the 6 horse here, who is without a fight, has a very strong chance. 5-year-old gelding by Telefio. Simon Christopher trained this one. William Buick gets on this one. Most recently at Newmarket, over the mile and a half in a group in a listed race on the 23rd of September. He finished 2nd by 2.5 lengths there. First start since July. He probably needed the race. He was a little bit flat that day, but he closed up well from the back of the pack. He was galloping well late. 2 back at York on the 9th of July over the mile and 6.5 furlongs in Group 3 there. He won by 3.5 lengths, and again, he just stayed the trip well. Another horse, as the distances get longer, I think he's going to get better. He's going to have to overcome a very wide post drop, but it wouldn't surprise me at 13-1 if he gets the trip. But I do like him 3rd best behind all the other 2. But like I said, I think Montefiore is sitting on that good race. I think that Philly could beat the boys. The mare could beat the boys here today. I love her post run. I like her odds here at 8-1 stateside. But to recap my selection for the 7th from Flemington, it's the Group 1 Melbourne Cup. Let's take the 4-horse Montefiore. Give kudos to the 8-horse Deauville Legend and the 6 horse Without a Fight, 486 Tricast Trifecta. Like I said, it's a Tricast Trifecta, but it's basically my top 3. Use them exact forecast combination, but I'm most definitely going to use all 3 of them in the pick 4 or the quaddy. So 486, the top selection in the Melbourne Cup for me is Montefiore. So good luck to all. Remember to follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and remember to join me this weekend for my Breeders' Cup preview from Keeneland. Good luck, everybody.